6 chill, for real.
Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah.
Shalom, Israel. Shalom. All right, thank you for joining us for another class here at ISBHPK, Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. All right, today's Thursday. All right, we got another packed class. All right, packed class literally, but class is going to be pretty good. For announcements, as you know, we have other schools, different areas, Rochester, New York. If you're there, please hit us up. We'll let you know the location. San Antonio here in Virginia, as well as in Houston. Classes are going to be the same time. As y'all see, consistency. Class has been going on for months, years. We haven't changed. So, again, use those classes. Go into them, check them out. They're archived. Please like, share, and subscribe. Get them out to the masses, all right? So that we can go ahead and, again, get this word spread and get the hell up out of here, all right? As well, we have other ways that you can watch us. For those that are new to the channel, we have the Blog Talk Radio with Priest Mashaba and other priests. All right, you can check that out on blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba. All right, there's a lot of archive classes there. Again, 2 hours of straight fire. Check it out. If you have your Apple phone, listen, all you have to go is go into podcast, right? You're going to go into podcast and then go ahead and look that underneath the podcast. Easy. There's a lot of different channels. Kawakab has a Spanish channel. So if you have family and friends that speak Spanish, go on there and get into Kawakab's Spanish channel. So there's no excuses. Y'all see this? All right. Israelware. Actually, we have other channels as well. The Hidden Truth Bible Show. We have some new videos coming up. The Media Corp, the 5 Minutes of Wisdom. All right. So check those out. Again, like, share, and subscribe. We have Israelware. Those that want to get your garments locked in, your shirts fringed, your pants fringed, your armbands, your headbands. Please hit them up via Facebook. Everything's Israelware. They can make custom garments for you, as well as if you want to get with our program Fringed Up, you can go on our website, isbhpk.com/fringed up. I'm gonna say this: raise a hand of who has seen our website, who's visited our website so far. All right, y'all like it, right? Come on, man. Sister's been doing good work, man. Sister's been doing that, all right? Sister Shalamaya put in some good work putting that together. We got to throw her name out there. But again, go on there, get fringed up. We do a subscription for shirts and headbands. If it's a little bit, out your price range, we got shirts only. Again, not only are you going to get fringed up, but you're also supporting what you're looking at. Y'all see that? A lot of our people really aren't in tune in supporting the movement, right? The movement that you're a part of, well, there's different fashions if you want to support. If you want to give alms, give alms. If you want to pay bills, pay a bill. If you want to get a friend shirt, get a friend shirt, because it's still helping the school, all right? Not only do we have Fringed Up, we also have Sweet Ambiance. Sweet Ambiance is a fragrance business that we have online, as well as in a hood near you or a mall near you, right? Where we have fragrances, get you smelling as good as the best, right? So hit us up on there. We have subscriptions that you can actually get a monthly package. Not only are you going to get, a fragrance, but you'll get the theme changes. So just like the shirts on Fringed Up changes every month, your subscription package for Sweet Ambiance changes. Y'all see this? Get locked in, man. Get creative. You get a candle, get a soap. Support. How much money you spend at Sonic? How much money you spend on Chick-fil-A in a month? Right? How much money you spend over there at Roadhouse? Right? How much you spend up on liquor? Think about it. So how much more now building the kingdom? So again, please support that way. Hebrew Academy, priests that want to excel in the office of a bishop, to know the proper way to move, the proper way to deal with your people. Listen, hit us up. We'll get you linked in. This is going to be every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all right? Monday in Rochester, Tuesday in Houston, and Wednesday out here in VA. So as y'all know, we've been going over marching, reading scriptures, breaking down scriptures, knowledge, how the Bible speaks. So we go over a lot of different things. We have a curriculum. So this isn't just something that we're making up. It's a curriculum that's been going on through years. So please lock in, hit us up if you're interested in that, all right? If you need to contact any of the priests, you have Priest Kazakia. Yeah, the door. Who has the key to the door? What? There's no key in this. Oh, there's no key. Oh, okay. Here, you can take this one. It's a colorful one. All right. Sweet. All right. So please hit up the priest if you have any questions. The numbers are on the screen. All right. Priest Kwatazop, he is in Rochester. All right. So he's holding that down, doing his time, right, with those beautiful brothers and sisters out there. So, again, hit us up. Any donations, again, we have the Wells Fargo, we have all the way that you can hit us up. Listen, you don't have to hit us up with just money. If you got Bibles, apocryphers, pens, pads, give them, donate them. Anything, Zonarins, it's all needed. And I see a lot of brothers and sisters already giving apocryphers. I think Dorothy Branch, the sister, man, she's been giving stuff, man. So the water for that. You brothers and sisters that have been giving through the ages, you know who you are, man. You see where your alms and your charity, what it's doing. You know what I'm saying? So we greatly appreciate it. All right. So with that, we're gonna go into class. We got 2 hours, man. So I'm gonna go into class. Hold your questions. We got Friday. We got Saturday on the Sabbath. All right, to ask questions. But today we're gonna go into the parable of the talents. And a lot of our brothers and sisters, they're newly coming into the knowledge of the Most High, right? A lot of us, we went to church, but did we really listen? Were we really reading the Bible? Majority of us, no. We were just there, there for the donuts, there for the coffee. Hallelujah, praise the Lamb, right? You was twerking and jerking when they played the music, right? God. Yeah, you was freaking out. But, there's a lot of different ways that the Most High speaks to Israel, right? Again, even dealing with Yahweh Shai, as we're going to read and understanding these parables, because these parables were dropped for a reason. Does anybody know what a parable is? Just to start that off. What is a parable? Anybody online? Anybody in class? What do you know what a parable is? Go ahead, Bakar.
A parable is like a metaphor. Mm-hmm. It's like a similitude, used to show a comparison. Right.
A parable is allegory, right? It's supposed to be a representation of something real, right? Giving it in a story form. And it's funny because when you think about a parable, our people have always been talking like that. Like there's always a meaning behind the story. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other nations don't deal like that. But dealing with the definition of a parable is a representation of something real in life or nature from which a moral is drawn for instruction. Y'all see this? A lot of times these stories have a moral meaning behind it. There's something that you should take from it and understand what this story is showing. Y'all see this? Go to Matthew chapter 13 and verse 10, because even in these parables, the Most High knew exactly what he was doing whenever Yahweh Shai was dropping this. He knew that a lot of our people wouldn't catch on to these parables and the meaning behind it. Y'all see this? It's a deep meaning in these parables, deep sayings, right? Deep understandings. So let's start at Matthew chapter 13 and verse 10 and understand about this parable or parables. Read where you at.
Matthew chapter 13 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
You see that? Why do you speak in this story form? Why do you speak, like you said, in this similitude form? Or in a story that represents something deeper? Why are you speaking like this to our people? Go ahead.
He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
You see that? A lot of our people aren't really privy to the mysteries. It's a beautiful thing. The scripture says, blessed that your eyes see and that your ears hear. You see that? How many of our people don't even know that what? They're the Hebrew Israelites. Think about it. A lot of our people heard it, but it's not really in their mind and forming a thought. It hasn't formed a thought quite yet. Y'all see this? Christ said it wasn't meant for everybody to understand this knowledge. Read.
but to them it is not given.
Right? Yeah, but unto them it's not given to understand. A lot of times, again, Christ was speaking that way so that what? Him that have an ear, let him hear. If you understand what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Because you'll hear the saying. What do they say? Those that understand, right? A little bit deeper. But we're going to go right into the parable of the talents, because we're going to go through classes and break down these parables, because there's many. Y'all see this? These are Bible basics, but there's a lot of good understanding and meaning that we should be pulling from these stories. The Most High, man, has given us all the keys to the kingdom, but a lot of times we forsake the smallest story. We overlook it, right? Because all we want is what? Esau's going down! Con. But what about how to get your spirit right? How for you to get into the kingdom, right? We know it's, again, yes, God loved Jacob and hated Esau. We know it. Con. There's a little bit more, though. Why did he love Jacob? Why is he continually trying to bring Jacob back into the fold? You see this? Wake us up to who we are. Go to Matthew 25 and verse 14. Going into the talents. The parable of the talents. For those that just came in, we're going into the parable of the talents. You know, again, this is kind of something that a lot of us kind of overlook, right? Parables, stories, you know, allegories that Yahushua was dropping. Yahushua was a cool character, man. Dropping stories, man. You know, the kingdom of heaven is as like this. Yeah. He was telling you how we were going to get into the kingdom, or what was required for us to get into the kingdom. It's not, the thing about Israelites is sad because we make things harder for ourselves. But in that instances, we make things harder because we overlook, we think that it's more complicated than what it is. No. Yahushua brings smooth understanding of how to please the Heavenly Father. So let's start with Matthew chapter 25 and verse 14. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 25 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country.
Go ahead.
Who called his own servants.
Right.
And delivered unto them his goods.
You see this? So the kingdom of heaven is like a man going to a far country to deliver unto them his goods. So what is this man going to do when he delivers his servants his goods? What's the reason behind it? Let's see. Keep reading.
Verse 15.
And
unto one he gave 5 talents.
Hey, he gave 5 talents, but I want to stop here just on verse 14. Why would a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods? Why do y'all think he even did that? Did we just stop? Has anybody ever just stopped to think why he did this? What was his motive? We're going to break this down verse by verse. We're going to get some understanding, right? We're going to see what the Most High is showing us. The Bible is dope because you can go deep, right? But what is the Most High showing us? What did this man, why is he giving his goods to servants? He's giving it to his servants, not family members. He's giving it to people that work for him, right? Why? I need some people to think, man. Think. Get that medulla moving. What you got, Asa?
To see if his servants will be able to take care of it. Take care of the things that he loved.
Okay, I like that. He was trying to see how they would react, right? Where their mind would be in him giving them his goods. Are you going to multiply it? Or are you just going to sit down? What you going to do, right? He was trying to see what they were going to do. That's what you're saying? Okay. What you got, Hakawa?
Basically, like the father and the son, any parent, the child in general, like the children kind of serve you in a way when you get in rules and regulations. If they do good and you reward them, like keep trying to give them, I give you my good.
Hold on, say that one more time.
It's like
You got gum in your mouth?
yeah.
No, take that out. Yeah, you kind of.
It's like a parent and a child in a way. Like your child is like a servant in a way. Like when you get from rules and regulations.
Right.
And then it's like if they do good, like as far as a servant, then you'll reward them. Like you
Okay.
do good.
So you thought he was rewarding his servants for past things that they may have done.
Yeah.
Technically what you're saying, because you said if a parent gives their child goods, you're rewarding them for what they did. Right. But we don't know the story before, right? So yeah, that could be it too. What you got, Bakar? Anybody online, y'all? Anybody online?
Kind of go with what the brother Hakawa says. If you use that example of a parent and a child, parents do want to see if their children are going to be faithful when they're not around. Like, you know, are you going to be able to be obedient and keep the standard even though I'm not watching you? So the traveler gave his servants the talents to see what they were going to do with it when he wasn't around. To see if they're going to be faithful or they're going to be slothful.
I like it. I like it. Everybody didn't hit one point though. I like that though. To see if they're going to, to see which servant was going to handle his goods in a certain way. It'll prove kind of where their spirit's at, right? But another brother said to find out who is serving him of a willing heart sincerely or by constraint or for money. Definitely. Those are all good answers. But here goes a simple one too. Maybe he was just trying to invest in them. You ever thought about that? He gave them goods. Right? He gave them his goods to do what with though? He was giving them something to increase them. Invest. Think about that. Wouldn't you do it? Right? You give your children certain things, knowledge, to invest into them so that they can grow and be stronger. A lot of times you may get some dough. Hey, listen, let me give you this 10K to invest. Let me give you these certain attributes. I want to invest in you because I see something in you. Maybe he was investing because the Most High does invest in brothers and sisters. Because that's what it just said. Read it again. Verse 14.
Verse 14.
Uh-huh. Somebody else pick it up. Come on, y'all.
Verse 14.
Yep.
For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country.
Right.
Who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods.
Delivered unto them his goods. Read.
And unto one he gave 5 talents.
He gave 5 talents. And dealing with these talents, a lot of individuals think what? Money, right? Yeah, it could be money. But it could mean 2 different things. Money or what? An ability. Right? Some type of legit talent. Because when you go in the definition of talent, it says manner of performing anything. It says quality or disposition. This man was giving them a quality to where they could do what with it? Use it to their advantage. It could be anything. Communication. It could be fervency. Again, it could be anything. Think about us today. A lot of us got good talents that the Most High has given us. Their abilities, right? We got military men, right? That's been in the military. You know some skills. The Most High sets you up to where now you can come into the truth and add another realm into the truth, right? We got men that, listen, that worked hard in the world. How much more now turning that, consistency and working for the world now into the truth, right? Huh?
The transition point. He basically giving you a starting point, something that you can build upon. So if you was good at like fixing cars, or we know we got brothers driving around and picking up brothers left and right, so somebody's car might mess up, but then you know how to fix cars. Right. But somebody ain't got to go to a dang auto shop and waste their dang money. Because the auto shop they be scamming. So now you got a brother right next to you, you can trust, he can fix your car up for you. So he give you something to build upon. So now you giving up, he's basically giving you something to work with. For you to be like, when you be diligent, how he can build you up. So he's giving you that starting point, somewhere to start to gauge your spirit.
Yep. Because he gave you something to work with, like you said. Something to work with. A lot of y'all got what? 2 feet, brains, right? Your medulla, right? A little spirit. It's a talent. Keep reading. So he gave 5 talents to one. Go ahead.
To another, 2.
To another what?
2.
So to another individual, he gave 2, right? Why? Because there's different levels of individuals in the body coming into the truth, right? Different levels. One man can hold more talents than the next. But the thing about it is, the Most High gives you what you can handle. He gives you traits that he knows that you can use. Right? Read.
And to another, 1.
And to another what?
1.
Well, maybe because his focus isn't there quite yet. We're just going to give you one thing to do. You see this? But let's get you started, though. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He's still investing. Right? It's funny. We were watching a movie. What was the zombie movie?
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead, right? This is the new one with, what's that boy's name? Batista?
Yeah.
Batista, but he invested in them. He was like, listen, I'm going to give you, I think she said $4 million to the airplane pilot. I'm going to give you $500,000 to the man that was killing the zombies. I'm going to give you $200,000 to the guy that cracks the safe. I'm going to give you $50,000, or I think they said $20,000 to the security guard that came.
Yeah.
But he delivered unto them different amounts according to their ability, like it's going to say. Keep reading.
To every man according to his several abilities.
According to his what?
Several abilities.
Yes, servile ability. What he's able to do. His actions. Ability, the physical power. It says skills. And it says ability or power to perform. Or it says abilities is much used in a like sense also for faculties of the mind and acquired qualifications. He gave them these talents according to their qualifications. I know it's the beginning of the parable. But still, he gave these men, could have been what? Women, right? It says 1. These certain skills, these certain abilities. Go ahead.
And straightway took his journey.
Yeah, took his journey. 1 Peter 4 and 10. 1 Peter 4 and verse 10. Because I think a lot of us look past and we don't look into ourselves and see what the Most High has blessed us with. Come on, man. A lot of y'all got skills. We got a sister in here, man. She's multi-talented, man. Right? What it called? First boss lady. How you say it, Basua? First boss lady work fitness. First boss lady nursing. The schooling. What's the other one? No, the babysitting. What's the other one, Asa? She had all of them on the wall.
Beads.
First boss lady. Beads. Think about it. I got to say it, though. But who's doing that? Who's able to be versatile in the things that they could put their hand to? A lot of us are just kind of a one-trick pony. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Until you do what? You get more talents added to you, right? Things that you can now use and be able to transition into now being able to recognize, dang, I can talk better. Why? Because I was pushed in this area. I was given a little bit of communication skills, so let me increase here. A lot of us got skills, man. A lot of us have focus, intelligence from the Most High, but have you recognized that within yourself? Have you recognized why the Most High gave you the truth? Y'all see this? Have you? It's okay. That's why you're here, right? Some haven't found it yet, but you're here though. The Most High will show you. The scriptures will show you. But where you at?
1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
As every man hath received the gift,
right?
Even so minister the same one to another.
And that's what it is. The Most High gave us gifts. He gave us skills. He gave us ability. But are we willing to now recognize the ability? Listen, just say this. Let's say you don't know your ability, but you're around the truth, right? You're around the body. Well, are you willing to be a self-starter? Because we're going to get into it. Are you willing to be a self-starter where it's like, well, listen, let me get it in where I can fit in. I'll do whatever. I'm here. I know the Lord wants me. Because you know what he wants, right? What does he want? What does the Most High want from brothers and sisters? First and foremost, what does he want from you?
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. What else? What else, Anaya? a willing mind. That's all he wants. But let's see. Keep reading.
As good stewards
Yeah.
of the manifold grace of the Most High.
Yeah, good stewards. And you'll hear that word as well, steward, which means maintaining what the Most High gave you. Y'all see this? Jump back to that Matthews. I want somebody to hold that Matthews for me because we're going to be bouncing back and forth. But just to start this parable off, this individual was investing in his servants, man. He was giving them tools that he knew that they were going to need for the things whenever he left, for them to maintain and continue to increase. You see that? The Most High has given all brothers and sisters abilities and skills to increase. Who in here is autistic? Anybody? Look at that. Your mind works, and I'm going to say this, even a lot of autistic individuals are very smart. But how much more not even having that type of disability? Y'all got your minds. But what are you doing with it? Y'all see this? What is it being applied to? Where is the energy, your focus being at? Keep reading.
Verse 16.
Yeah, we're going to verse 16. Go ahead.
Then he that received the 5 talents went and traded with the same.
Think about that. The man with the 5 talents. Why do you think the Most High gave him 5 talents? He knew he was going to do something with it. I'm putting my bucks on him. You know how they do it when crypto came out, right? Bitcoin. I'm putting my money on Bitcoin. I know it's going to make me money. I know it's going to multiply and give me my desire. This individual had 5 talents. And what did he do? What did she do?
And went and traded with the same.
And did what? Read.
And made them other 5 talents.
Multiplied it and made 5 more talents. Think about that. Y'all got hands, sisters? You got hands. Well, that might mean you might be a professional seamstress at a point. Right? You got hands. Learn how to sew. But then what happens? You sew so much, man, it comes second nature. Pants is easy. Shirts is easy. Headbands starting to get out the world. Like when y'all start seeing these garments for Passover, it'd be literally, I'd be like, who designed this? It gets better and better every year. But why? Something's happening with the individual that's doing these garments. They starting to flip them talents. Their mind is starting to expand. But then the question is, what are they doing for their mind to expand? Are they looking at things, looking up different designs, right? Because think about it, once a year. You got a whole year to really plot and plan, think. You want to say something else? Oh, okay. But yeah, this man had 5 talents and did what?
Made them other 5 talents.
Go ahead.
And likewise, he that had received 2,
right,
he also gained other 2.
This man that had 2, he had a little bit less, but he still gained 2 more talents. Flip that. You know how it is, man. Everybody in the streets got $5 and I got a way to make $20. However it is, you selling gum. You had cats selling gum in school, candy, right? Oh yeah, cats trying to sell their little dime bag. For some reason, you sell a dime bag, you always broke still. You never could come up. The Most High was always denying you. You can't flip. That ain't no talent. Jake's still trying to do that, man. Still broke, You know, cats was even in Rochester, I seen cats do hand to hand. I'm like, bro, you 55 years old, still doing hand to hand transactions? Are you serious? It's not a talent. But these individuals right here, you know one thing that this shows, because it didn't say that their Lord, their head, told them specific instructions what to do with this. But when you think about the story, if these men went and flipped it, they already knew the mind of their servant. Y'all see this? They already knew. If they went to go flip that, come on, man. They know what he was about, or he could have been a businessman. Because when you read down, it shows that he was a businessman. He was about, I want you to flip this talent. I want you to flip this ability that I'm giving you. I want you to make more money for me. Y'all see this? One thing that it shows from these 2 individuals is that they had initiative. Initiative. Does anybody know what initiative is? What you got?
It's like when you when you don't wait for anybody to tell you to do something, you're like assertive. You go about and try to be productive.
Right. Initiative. I like that. Right on point. You don't have to be told what to do. What you got, China?
It's like when you go over and beyond, like you do more than you were asked.
Doing more than what was required. Right? You were supposed to read 3 chapters a day. Listen, you was like, I'm gonna do 7. I ain't gonna say nothing against it, brother. Sister. Do what you gotta do. You going over without being told. What you got?
This is a Google definition.
Initiative. The ability to access and initiate things independently.
In the what?
Independently.
Right. You're now doing things independently under the bubble and the power that you have. You're able to do this now without somebody telling you, because a lot of us know what is required of us. If you got young kids, right? Clean the bathroom, do your homework, go to sleep at a certain time when you're told, right? Y'all have certain responsibilities. So with that being said, you're independently now doing this by yourself without being told. Let's go a little bit deeper in this definition. It says, initiative is all about taking charge. An initiative is the first in a series of actions. Initiative can also mean a personal quality that shows a willingness to get things done and take responsibility. These individuals with these talents took the responsibility to go wherever they had to go to and to make more of what they had. But think about it. Let's bring this back now. Remember, it's a parable. So there's a meaning behind it, a moral story that we should be grabbing from it. Well, we have the truth. What are we doing with the word of God? Is it just a good story? Is it a bedtime story? Is it we crack it open whenever Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday roll around? Right? What are we doing with this talent that the Most High gave us? These things. What are we doing with it? We got to think about it. Are we actually applying the scriptures in our life? Because you can have the Bible, that don't mean you apply it. Y'all see that? That don't mean that you actually use it. What you doing with it? Initiative. Let's go deeper. It says, an initiative is the start of something with the hope that it will continue. You see this? It says, a person with initiative is motivated to do things. Who's motivated? That's initiative. These men were motivated to flip what the Most High, flip what their Lord gave them. Y'all see this? For example, street speaking. Well, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that we get these signs. Let me communicate about these signs, right? Let me see what we need. Oh, dang, we need flyers. Let me see if there's a way that we're printing flyers. I can go get flyers myself. Donate flyers, right? Let's say you've been in the school again, small things. Bibles. Y'all need more Bibles? You need more pens? Initiation. Or not initiation. Initiative. You don't have to be told. You're automatically thinking. These men were thinkers. These women were thinkers. Y'all see this? Go to, from there, go to 2 Maccabees. We're going to hold that. Go to 2 Maccabees 1 in verse 2. Initiative is taking action. Taking action. Self-starters. Y'all see this? Huh? Yeah, let me do that. Where you at?
2 Maccabees, chapter 1, and verse 2.
No. Let him sit. Go ahead.
The Most High be gracious unto you.
Right.
And remember his covenant.
And do what?
Remember his covenant.
Yeah, remember his covenant. Go ahead. I'm going to show you something about self-starters. Because we had self-starters in the scriptures. Just like the men in the parable. But I want y'all to ask yourself a question. Is this me? Am I like these men and women that had 5 talents, 2 talents, and flipped it? I'm increasing. Since I've been in the truth, has my spirit been increased? Am I understanding more? Am I more patient? Am I more long-suffering? Am I adding virtue in my life? Y'all see this? Am I actually doing and adding what the Most High gave me? Think about it. He gave us the truth. Listen, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, you the Israelites. Oh, hallelujah. What you doing now? That's it? You trying to increase? You trying to grow with the body? Huh? Trying to be more understanding with your people? We got to ask ourselves. But we had examples of self-starters. Go ahead.
That he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right.
His faithful servants.
So these are faithful servants. But what did these men, Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham, man? Number one is that they definitely locked into the spirit of the Most High. Right?
God.
Listen, Abraham didn't think twice when he told him to do what?
Get up and leave Mesopotamia.
Leave Mesopotamia. Leave your family. Leave the people there. Take your immediate body. But everybody else, you gotta let them go. He didn't trip. Let's get it. Self-starter. Listen, pack your stuff, boo. Kids, get your stuff together. Get the animals together, servants. We're rolling up out of here. Right?
God.
Self-starters. Who else was it? It says Isaac. Come on, Isaac had to lay down. He had to lay down and allow Abraham to kill him. Right?
God.
Self-starter. Who else? Jacob. You know Jacob and Laban. You know how that went down.
Oh.
All the things he had to go through to get what he wanted. Self-starter. But it says, his faithful servants, go ahead.
And give you all in heart to serve him.
Give him a what?
All in heart to serve him.
These men and women that had these talents and flipped them, they had a heart to serve their master. That's why they went and flipped what he gave them. They gave respect and homage to his action. Think about it. Think about all the counseling that you get. All the teachings. Are you actually absorbing it and using it? Are you actually taking it with you and be like, you know what? You're thinking about it during the day. Just like these men went on their journey and was like, oh, I got a talent. Let me flip this. Let me do this with it. Let me go to the exchangers. Right? Read.
And to do his will with a good courage.
With the what?
With a good courage.
Yeah, it says to serve. Read it from verse 3.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And give you all in heart.
Right.
To serve him. And to do his will.
To do his what?
His will.
Yeah, because they knew exactly why their Lord gave them the talents. He wants you to flip that. He needs that back. Need a little extra on top. Need it. But I'm still giving it to you so you can increase with it. To do his will, they did his will. Read.
With a good courage.
With a what?
With a good courage.
Go ahead.
And a willing mind.
And that's what I wanted, with a willing mind. These individuals had a willing mind to do what their Lord told them to do, man. They didn't have nothing to hold them back on increasing. A lot of us are being held back due to the lack of our willing mind. It shows. He gave you a little bit of knowledge. He gave you some understanding. Are you still in that same mind? Or are you trying to do what? Push forward. Be better. Break the barriers. These men were breaking barriers, man. Flipping these talents. Proverbs 21:5. It was their mentality. It was their mentality. A lot of us have to recognize that it's all about your mind. Your mind allows your body to move. Y'all understand this? Your mind controls you. Which we know is what? Your spirit. These individuals had a willing mind. Proverbs 21 and verse 5.
Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 5. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness.
You see that? The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness. How to continue to increase. How to grow. A lot of our mentalities aren't on the level of wanting to grow. Wanting to never be stagnant. But it says the thoughts of the diligent. Give me the definition of diligent. The thoughts of the diligent. These men, women were diligent in the will of their servant or the will of their Lord. What you got for diligent? Right there. Right there. What you got?
Characterized by steady, earnest, and energetic effort.
Say it again a little bit louder.
Characterized by steady, earnest, and energetic effort.
Steady, earnest, and energetic effort. This individual is continually the thoughts of the diligent, consistent, steady effort to do what? To be better, to do more, to increase. But as we know, what? It's not talking about the world. It's talking about hearing the word. It's talking about increasing in our spirit so the Heavenly Father is pleased. Because as we go through the story, we understand that the Lord ended up coming back, right? Their Lord. Y'all see that? These men knew the will of their Lord. They knew what he wanted them to do. What you got?
The definition of diligent
right.
is working hard. It's working hard and done with painstaking effort.
Right? Painstaking effort.
Right. So you're going above and beyond.
Say it again.
You're going above and beyond to make sure it's thoroughly done.
I like that. Painstaking effort. You doing the most to increase, to do the will of your Father. Even though what? You may feel, I don't feel like doing it today. Nah. The Lord said I got to do it. Let me fight through it. Let me fight through my emotions because I'm just emotional today. I know I gotta go to class. The devil is on me again. Y'all see this? What you got for plenteousness? It says the thoughts of the diligent only tend to plenteousness. We're going to break this down. Break this down. If y'all got questions, please raise your hand. But again, I know it may be slow, but there's a good moral-based understanding in this story, man. We got to see this. What are you doing with the Most High gave you? Are you assertive? You're initiating certain things, or as we see, you're just kicking it. What you got? Plenteousness. Yeah, go ahead. China.
Plenteousness, abundance, copious supply, plenty.
Say that one more time.
Abundance, copious supply, plenty.
Yeah, plenty, abundance. Your thoughts are on being more abundant in what? In the Lord? Being more abundant in his works in the Spirit? What you have, Swashna?
Sufficient for every purpose.
Say it again.
Sufficient for every purpose.
Yeah, you're sufficient for every purpose. You're making sure that everything is done the proper way. You have everything that's needed to succeed in life. Succeed in every whatever situation that you're dealing with. You're sufficient. It says the thoughts of the diligent only tend to plenteousness. Go ahead.
But of everyone that is hasty, only to want.
You see that? Only to want. But again, showing the mind of these five individuals. They were diligent. Proverbs 13 and 4. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 4.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 4.
Because we have to see again, if the Most High is giving you this mind, if he's trying to increase you, well, where's your mind at? Are you adding to what he gave you? Moving forward in the Spirit? Asking questions, striving, counseling? All these different things that we know that's going to do what? Help us in this life? Right. Especially while we do what? Shed off the old man? Come on. Most High was putting us on game, man. We got a lot of knowledge. We got a lot of wisdom. Well, a lot of knowledge. You get the wisdom if you apply the knowledge. We got a lot of knowledge, but are we using it? Read where you at.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 4.
Yeah, Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 4. Go ahead.
The soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing.
Right. The soul of the sluggard desireth to have nothing. Read.
But the soul of the diligent,
right,
shall be made fat.
You see that? The soul of the diligent. These individuals were diligent to do what they had to do to flip those coins. They were made fat. They came up. You got the Bible. Well, listen, are you going through breakdowns? Are you reading? Are you understanding? You got notes? You got all these classes that you've been in, but are you going back over them? Huh? Or listen, when you got a problem, let me go back to this old class. Let me go back to this old class so I can figure out how to deal with this problem, because the class hit it right on point. I remember that. Let me dig back in my notes. What you got?
The definition of sluggard.
You can hold that.
Okay.
We're coming up to that. But it says the soul of the diligent shall be fat. That's why these individuals were what? They flipped their coin. They flipped that talent, that ability, because their mind was assertive. They were moving in a progressive way. Y'all got to see this, man, that you're not going to be able to grow only unless you exert your mind, exert your body. Think about it. When you deal with the military, if you want to go to the next rank, you got to take a test. Your eval got to be on point, right? You got to have your eval right. You remember that, Michael? Your eval, what you were SP, which is significant problems, right? You were a P, promotable. MP, must promote. I thought I forgot. And what's the EP? Early promotion. You see that? EP, early promote. Why? Because they were putting forth the effort and to increase themselves. But then you got the good eval. What you had to do for the test? You had to study for the test. That was the only way that you could increase. These men and women were working. They were working to flip what the Most High gave them, man. In whatever realm they were in. Sisters, y'all got garments, right? You got the babysitting. You got the cooking. You got being around sisters. Well, how are you doing it? What spirit are you in? You trying to pick up? You trying to learn from the elders? Or you just around? Just, you done yet? Good game. Okay. Yay. Almost done. What you picking up from it? Right? You should be learning every time. Brother, same thing. Hebrew Academy. What are you learning? What are you picking up? You just there for the ride? You got the fringes on? You got the Bible? That's it? You're not going to go back home and use what you learned? Take it back to your family and teach them? What you doing with it? 1 Samuel 2 and 3. Another thing dealing with this Lord, with his servants, you said it on point though. A lot of y'all said it. He was trying to see what they were going to do with it. Come on, man. Oh, man. Hook me up, man. Hook me up. Listen, invest in me. I got you. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to show you something. Right? You know how it is with Israel, man. We talk a good game. We talk an exceeding good game. Very good game. Oh, Yahweh, man. Please give me your spirit. Oh, Lord, I need you. You didn't even call him Yahweh at the time. You was, God, please give me your knowledge. White Jesus isn't it. Please. Okay. Well, let's see. Read where you at.
1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3.
Yeah, 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3. Go ahead.
God, talk no more, so exceeding proudly.
A lot of us be talking exceeding proudfully, right? Everybody want to get invested in. You tell the Most High what you go. Listen, Yahweh, listen, you give me this, I won't do bad no more. I won't do it no more. All right. But the scripture says, talk no more exceeding proudfully. He could have been doing that. Let me see what they're going to do with these talents that I'm giving them. They said that they were going to flip it. Let's see. Let's see if they're about what they were saying. Read.
Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
Let not what?
Arrogancy.
Right?
Come out of your mouth.
Yeah, you just think you hot fire, but you ain't got nothing to back it up with. Let not arrogancy. Go ahead.
Come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge.
Right.
And by him, actions are weighed.
The Most High is a God of knowledge, and he's going to see what you're going to do with what he gave you. He's a God of action. Action speaks louder than words. These men showed it, though. These women showed it. They had initiative. They were ready. Ready to Move forward. I got communication problems. Let me talk more. I got counseling problems. Let me open up more. Right? I got consistency problems. Let me try to be consistent. I don't show up on time. Dang. Let me get there on time. Let me work on being on time so I can master that. Right? I'm always this lazy. I got to put some pep in my step. Let me be mindful. These individuals were doing those things. That's why they were able to flip what they had. The Most High said, actions are weighed. But again, there's individuals in the Bible that were examples of this. Go to Acts 18 and verse 24. Has anybody heard of Apollos?
God.
What you know about him?
God.
Let him get it, Isaiah. What y'all know about Apollos, man? The Most High said actions are weighed. Stop speaking exceedingly proudly. Read where you at.
Acts chapter 18 and verse 24.
Go ahead.
And a certain Jew named Apollo.
Go ahead.
Born in Alexandria.
Go ahead.
An eloquent man.
He was a what?
An eloquent man.
This man already could speak well. How many of you have come in the truth and have what? Eloquent speech. No, there's a lot of brothers and sisters that have eloquent speech. Oh, yeah. Y'all got it. Y'all came in from Whitey's world. Come on, man. You got cats in here who wore suit and ties. Again, you was in the white man's military. I was in the white man's military. I know how to talk. I know how to be respectful. A lot of y'all have too, man. So you know how to speak. But this man, Apollos, it says he was an eloquent man, right? Had a little swag to him, right? Go ahead.
And mighty in the scriptures.
And what?
Mighty in the scriptures.
Not only that, he was mighty in the scriptures. Which one of y'all came in before the school? You had some breakdowns. You had some understanding, right? You had some knowledge. No, a lot of y'all had it. A lot of y'all had the breakdowns, right? Mighty in the scriptures. But as we know, you can always be increased, right? There's all these things that can be given to you for you to take with it and run more, run harder, more sharper, more wiser, right? It says he was an eloquent man, mighty in the scriptures. Go ahead.
Came to
Ephesus. Go ahead.
This man was instructed in the way of the Lord.
This man was already instructed in the way of the Lord. Y'all got to see this. This is one of Paul's road dogs. One of his apostles. Y'all see this? Or disciples? Disciple. Keep reading.
And being fervent in the spirit.
He was what?
Fervent in the spirit.
So it sounds like this man got it all, right? Hello? Y'all sleep? It sounded like this man was what?
Fervent.
No, he had things going on for him. He was eloquent. He was mighty in the scriptures. And his spirit was turned up. Damn, what else does he need, right? He got everything. Let's keep reading.
He spake and taught diligently the things of the Lord.
You see that? He taught things diligently of the Most High. Go ahead.
Knowing only the baptism of John.
You see, but he only knew the baptism of John. He wasn't really fully edified like Paul dealing with Yahushua. But check this out though. Read.
And he began to speak boldly in the synagogue.
He was bold in the synagogues, right? Read.
Who, when Aquila and Priscilla had heard, they took him unto them.
Right.
And expounded unto him the way of the Most High more perfectly.
So they ended up hearing him, right? But they was like, there's something missing about this brother. There's something missing in his speech, right? So they gave him a better way. Told him about who? Yahushua. But it's the same thing with brothers and sisters. You come in having skills, having abilities, right? But what happens is you have somebody of an elder that's able to look at you and be like, man, this individual, he just needs a little bit more patience. He needs to be taught patience, shown patience, right? This sister has to be shown what? Very good sister, but she has to be shown how to control those emotions. You see that? How to not allow her emotions to now, that's how her thought process is. No. We got to think a little bit more rationally rather than rash. Let me give her some game. Right? It's the same thing with the doing Apollos. He was speaking bold in the synagogue. But it says, they took him unto them, brought him in. Let me teach you some more. Let me give you some more understanding. And expounded unto him the way of God more perfectly. Just like Paul. Paul was killing the church, murdering individuals. He had to be shown a better way. He had to be shown Christ. He had to be shown what he was doing was off. He had to be increased. He knew the knowledge. He was a Pharisee. But when you deal with Apollos, it says that he was shown a better, more perfect way. Keep reading.
And when he was disposed to pass into Achaia,
right, going to another city, go ahead.
The brethren wrote, exhorting the disciples to receive him.
Think about that. So he came through, he got taught, but now they're sending word to other areas about him. You know why? Because he took in what they said. He was diligent, definitely, but now they added unto him, but he took that and ran with it and did what? Read.
Who, when he was called, helped them much.
He did what?
Helped them much.
Not only was he teaching in the synagogues there, but now he was retaught, added a little bit to him, and now he's helping even more. Because why? He recognized what was given to him. He recognized that extra knowledge. The knowledge that he was missing. Yahushai. Y'all see this? But it's the same thing with us. You're being added to, but are you using it? Are you flipping that patient coin when it's time to be patient? Or are you just, I don't want to do it. Right? When somebody tells you to do something, your husband, right? A brother, right? Tells you to do something. I really don't see why I got to do it like that. Well, you're not using what you've been hearing in class. You're not using what was given to you. But we have an example of how to walk, how to be, how to flip your talent. This man had it all. But he still did what? Was humble enough to, okay, let me hear that. Man, I didn't know that. Man, let's go. I like that. Khan. You know what? Tawada, Priscilla, Aquila, we moving. Let's move in the spirit. Go ahead. It says, help them much. Read.
Which had believed through grace. For he might convince the Jews.
Yeah, he convinced now Jews. Now they added to him. He's doing even more. Read.
And that publicly, showing by the scriptures that Yahushua was Christ.
You see that? But he only knew about John the Baptist. But now he's teaching about Christ. Come on, man. This man flipped what they gave him and did more. What you doing? You talking about Christ? Are you trying to walk like Christ? You trying to be the example just like him? How are you flipping your coin? How are you flipping your talent, your ability? Again, you got a good voice. You reading in class? You sharp? You got a car. Dang, you gonna be in class on time? You in the ministry's business. Dang. You gonna have some initiative in that? We got to see this. Matthew 25 and 18, jump back. Matthew 25 and verse 18. Just dealing regarding these men and women that were assertive, man. They were proactive. Brothers and sisters got to see that you got to be proactive dealing with this word. That's what it's showing. You were given the truth. It wasn't for you just to sit down on it. It wasn't meant for you to say, good story. It's time to go to sleep and take a nap. Netflix time. No, you're supposed to abound on it. You got the book. You got all the secrets. You got the stories. How about we learn more? And in learning, now we'll be a better example for other brothers and sisters. Come on, what you think you got this for, Basu? All those family members. Come on now. Somebody got to get the truth. Somebody got to get right. Think about that. Somebody has to, and show these individuals what? The right way to walk, the right way to talk. But are you using it to your advantage? Are you practicing it? Are you checking yourself in your mind? Dang, you know what? I need to speak more clear when I speak to brothers and sisters so that they don't misunderstand me. Dang, you know what? Like I said, I got to be more patient. That's one thing with a lot of people. I got to be more patient. I snap too quick. I'm too angry. Right? Dang, when my spouse says something crazy, I just start to tweak. Let me breathe. Let me breathe real quick. Oh, Lord. Patience is a virtue. Oh, Lord, I need it. Water. Whatever you got to do. Because you get stronger and stronger when you apply these certain attributes. These certain abilities that you're having. You got something? Matthew chapter 25 and verse 18.
Matthew chapter 25 verse 18. But he that received one went and digged it in the earth.
He did what?
Digged it in the earth.
Think about that. He that received one digged it in the earth. The hell? Read.
And hid his Lord's money.
And did what?
Hid his Lord's money.
Hid the Lord's money. Why do y'all think he did this? That's my question. Why did he dig his Lord's cash, money, talent in the dirt? Thinkers? Malachi, what you got? Yeah, stand up.
He was selfish.
You said he was what?
Selfish.
Explain that. You said selfish.
He didn't want to share or...
I like that. He didn't want to share. You know, he may have thought that, wait, the Lord might not have came. Oh, man, I lost it. Right? Could have said that. Who else had a hand raised? What you got?
I mean, knowing the story, it seems like he had a negative outlook, and on top of he was lazy. I mean, we're going to go into it. He's going to, not to jump ahead, but he didn't want to put in the work knowing that he wasn't going to be able to hold on to whatever he gained, because he knew that he was going to have to give up what he gained to the man that gave him the talents.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he was like, all right, well, I'm just going to be sore for it. When you come back, I still got what you gave me. I didn't do anything to increase it or make it or become more profitable.
Right.
You know,
I ain't lose it.
Right, but I didn't lose it. Right. But he didn't put any work in. He wasn't profitable.
Right. Fearful. Right. Scared. What you got, Charlie?
At first I was thinking he didn't want to share it either, but it seemed like also he might have not believed in himself to be able to, increase or anything like that.
My fault. Say that one more time.
He probably didn't believe, had faith.
Right? Yeah. He didn't believe, didn't have faith. I like that. Selfish. Didn't have faith. Slothful, right? Think about it. Maybe he didn't consider it was worth even endeavoring in. I got one talent, man. What is this? He didn't see the worthiness of the talent.
The value.
The value.
Right.
You see that, huh? Oh. Think about that, man. Let's go into it. It says about endeavoring, right? But you don't consider it worth your endeavoring. You will not see the goodness you can have, right? He didn't see the goodness that he could have. Rather, only the work and effort that it is required, so you will not consider it worth your endeavoring. Huh? Yeah, he lazy. All you see is, dang, he gave me this. Now I gotta go out there and do something with it? Bruh, I got lemonade, I got Netflix, and I got a waterbed. I'm good. Bro, I ain't trying to get out in the heat, man. I'm not trying to use my brain. That's too much thinking. Now I gotta think of a plan to now flip that and do this and go out. I'd rather just stay home. I'd rather just dig it up and continue me doing what I'm doing. It's like that a lot of times. I got the knowledge. Nah, man. That's too much. So I don't even want to use my brain to fathom, to grow. I want to go back into the matrix. Put me back into the matrix. It's simple. I don't have to worry about nothing. I don't have to have a conscience. No morals. I want it easy. Y'all see this? A lot of individuals just want it easy. Again, they don't want to endeavor. It says the attempt an exertion or physical strength. They don't want to exert their mind into thinking how to flip this talent or how to increase themselves. They just want to do the monotony and just walk around. Be there. Be told what to do. Completely opposite of what? The self-starters. Those that have initiative. Those that are what? Pushing forward. The spearhead guys. Spearhead women. They just want to be what? With the binoculars just watching. Right? Dang, they said the kingdom's being built. Dang, okay. Oh, they doing a good job, man. Oh, they said they open up a school. Okay, I'm going to catch them online. They 10 minutes down the street. Shoot, they doing a good job, man. They just want to sit back and look. On the sidelines. But that's this individual. They take what they got and throw it in the dirt. I'm good. Hebrews 6 and 11. Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 11. They don't want to exert themselves. They don't want to make themselves feel uncomfortable. And that's really what it is. That comfortability. We don't want to make ourselves uncomfortable. We want to do things how we used to do them. I don't want to be told nothing. I don't want my routine to be changed. I love what I'm doing. What you're giving me is not worth my time. It's not worth my effort. It's not worth me even trying to think about it. I don't want to think. That's why a lot of people do what? You got a problem, you go to sleep. Y'all see that? You got a problem, something happened, oh, let me just try to sleep it off. Your problem will still be there. What our people want to do? Hit the blunt. Hit the blunt, their problem go away. No, the highness goes away, you still got the problem. You can't run. Jews and Israelites always want to run. We got to stop this, man. Read where you at.
Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence,
right,
to the full endurance of
assurance of hope
unto the end.
Y'all see that? It says that, and we desire that every one of you show the same diligence and full assurance of hope unto the end. Like we just seen from Apollos. Like we've seen from what? It said Isaac, Abraham, Jacob. We're supposed to have that same mentality. Y'all see that? We're supposed to be like those individuals that had the 5 talents and flipped them 5 more. Came up. We're supposed to be adding to ourselves. Come on, what y'all? We think the Bible's here for? Sisters, brothers? Here's a question, man. What do you want to add to yourself, Asa? Brothers and sisters online, tell me what you want to add to yourself. What are you trying to flip within yourself? What you trying to flip, Ike? I want somebody to think. Start thinking. Write it down on your paper. What you want to increase in. What you want to flip. What you want to know. What you want to grow into, Basua. Huh? What you want to grow into, Zanai. Right? I know you got some goals. Give me some goals. These are goals that you want to grow into. What you got?
Better comprehension on how to deal with every man.
Okay, better comprehension on dealing with brothers, right? Give me like a example or explain that a little bit more.
On just like dealing with each matter, like you might got people that got death in the family.
Oh, right.
Women have been raped or so. Just know how to deal with them. You know.
Right.
Deal with every matter.
Right. How to have a little spiritual discernment on how to approach certain approaches, right? I like that. So you want to have your senses a little bit more exercised to understand your approach when dealing with different type of situations with different brothers and sisters. I like that. Who else got their hand up? Somebody. Shun your bun.
Patience.
You want to work on patience more. There it is. Patience. Well, you got to do the action in doing it, right? What you got, Marwell? I got you right next to Daniela. Stand up. Or I said Marwell. I say
I'm gonna
get a little bit louder.
know the scriptures more, like study.
Know the scriptures more. So what is it going to take?
It's gonna, like, if we're in a class, and I'm trying to find a scripture that to go with the topic, or to help someone with the problem.
Right? It's going to take you to read. You got to read. You got to know where it's at. Right? You can't flip to a precept if you don't know the precept. Got to read. Reading comprehension.
Just like I'm reading 3 chapters a day now.
Praise the Lord, right? What you got, Daniela?
Ever since I came into the truth,
Right.
I always wanted to focus on being a priest and focus on patience too.
Right? Patience, working on being a priest. Well, you in Hebrew Academy, right? You sharpen your sword then. 1 Timothy 3 on down, right? You're understanding the attributes. Work on those. We got people, Kaya, I want to gain more trust in both the Most High and brothers and sisters. Come on. There it is. Taste and see that the Most High is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. Well, you got to apply the Bible, right? We got to apply what the Most High is giving us rather than our own thought process. That's for another topic. Desire, increase and be sharp in linking my precepts, right? Uriah, increase in communication. Come on. Shield of wisdom, work on talking to more people. I like that. Samariah? Was that? Samar? Oh, okay. My goals would be getting better in reading the Bible and focusing my mind more to the word and work on moving differently from my past ways. With that, very on point. Focus, right? Goals. How are you trying to increase? You see? But as we see this individual, he wasn't trying to increase. What you thinking, LaShawn?
I was going to say spiritual health.
Explain that.
Like, I would like to change the way that I think
Uh-huh.
and how I take correction and instruction. Just overall, just change the way I think. I think that would be what I'm dealing with right now.
Right.
I would learn how to block certain things out, or be able to go to scripture to help me go through whatever emotion or whatever I may be feeling or thinking at the time.
Right. There it is. I like that. Cast out imagination. We'll get you some scriptures on it. Yeah. Watch now.
For me, it would be being able to condescend to a low state.
Yeah. Hey.
When you're in the truth that long, you kind of.
Oh, you get hard.
Yeah.
You get a little calcification. Nigga, what? I mean, oh.
I'm sorry, sis.
Brother, sis, I'm going to call you niggerita. Right? You acting like a niggerita, though. Right? But no, I'm with you. So the sister said condescend to a lower state, right? So what that means is that you're starting to now vibe and understand how the next man and woman is feeling, rather than you just going off of how you feel all the time. A lot of us do that, right? But that is a beautiful.
Or like just being so hardcore in the scriptures that you don't really consider how they may feel, or like remember how it would not happen to you. This is easy to forget. Like,
this scripture's gonna come no matter what. But I'm with you.
That slow.
Hold on. Say that again.
When you think, it's really that slow, but in reality,
Oh yeah.
you gotta think about how you were when you were new. Like
Right.
things didn't click.
Oh, you're talking about in their comprehension of what's being said.
Like being able to, instead of just cut, still correct, but still try to put myself in a place where I'm like, okay, hold on, let me tone it down.
Right.
And
Let me understand their situation.
Put myself in their
Right.
Because I don't always do that. I'm pretty straightforward.
Right. Oh yeah. It's the Colombiana, that Asher.
Sometimes it's like you should really put yourself in their place and tone it down, or use different routes to reach people.
Yeah, different words, different tones. Yeah. But again, that kind of all encompasses about the condescending. It's really just being that people person, man. Just trying to rap. Know those that labor amongst you as well. But again, these are all goals and aspirations. And I'm going to say this. The Most High has given us the tools for us to flip them. For us to work and to be better at that. To sharpen how to condescend. Because there's always opportunities for us to apply it. There's always opportunities for us to use these tokens. Right? It's like you put your token in the machine. You pass the test. You get more tokens. It's the same thing. You're literally passing tests. The Most High gives you more. Y'all see that? That's really what this is. But it says to teach more, shield of wisdom, or that we have to teach, shield of wisdom, teach more. Dorothy, my goals are simple: to continue learning and to keep commandments and whatever I can do to help our people grow and blossom into a nation. This is what I aim to do. There it is. Again, it's always, how can I do more? How can I be better? right? Where we at? Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 12. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
That ye be not slothful.
That you be what?
Not slothful.
You see that? The Most High said we should have had full assurance and diligent. Not slothful though. Because this man, this woman that took that talent, put it in the ground, they were what?
Not slothful.
Go ahead.
But followers of them.
Uh-huh.
Through faith.
Right.
And patience.
Uh-huh.
Inherit the promises.
Y'all see that? He said, the Most High said, we shouldn't be slothful, but we should be looking at our forefathers and how they moved. This man, if he was a servant to a Lord, that Lord had dough. That Lord had skills. He had knowledge that he could use. But what happened was he didn't follow after that. You see that? He followed after his own reasoning, his own way of doing things. That's why he did what? Everybody else flipped that coin, but what happened to him? He threw it in the dirt. Now I'm good. I don't want to do it that way. That's too much, right? It's too much for me to exert my mental mind to tell myself, okay, I really don't know anything spiritually, so how about I shut down my mind and allow the Bible to reintroduce me to how I should be doing things? Y'all understand this? But a lot of people don't want to exert themselves in doing those things. We're mentally lazy. We don't have the fortitude. Somebody give me a definition of fortitude. This man or woman did not have the fortitude to go ahead and flip that token. That was freely given to them. It was freely given. He didn't have the mental fortitude to follow the steps of his Lord. If he went and left, he was handling some business. He had some type of dough to leave. He had some type of important business to roll off and then to come back. You see this? And it says he went into a far country. So he probably had servants everywhere. Y'all see this? This servant didn't look at what? His Lord. The example of the forefathers. What's fortitude?
Fortitude, for the Merriam-Webster. Strength of mind that enables a person to encounter danger or bear pain.
Or bear pain, go ahead.
Or adversity with courage.
You see that? Or adversity with courage. A lot of brothers and sisters, when it comes down to doing things that you haven't done before, a lot of times you give up. But it's because you don't have mental fortitude. You don't have the what? What's that last precept you had on there?
It says, or bear pain or adversity with courage.
Yeah. You don't want to bear that pain or that adverse situation with courage. A lot of times it's always the opposite. We do what? We tuck our tail and said, I can't do it. Right. I don't want to do, I'm not smart enough. I don't know how to. Well, the Most High is trying to humble you so that maybe you have to ask on how to do it. There ain't no excuses. Y'all see this? This man didn't want to exert himself through this adversary act. Because think about it. For some it's easy. Like, man, somebody give me $100. I know how to make that pop. You know what I'm saying? Somebody give me 10,000. Shoot, I might buy a car and then sell it for higher. Whatever it might be. But this man was like, you know what? Nah, bro. I don't even want to think. It's just too much. I don't know how to do that. Well, how about you Google some things on how to make money? How about you Google things on how to flip that talent? You see that? Dang, quinoa. I've never made quinoa. Well, Google it. See how to add some seasoning, right? Who's a quinoa master in here? Quinoa master. Now, your first time making quinoa, was it on 10 or was it?
I didn't even know quinoa existed.
Okay. Oh, what? Now?
No, I mean when I first.
Right. I was like, I need to eat quinoa.
But me and Shalom kind of have to figure out because we were vegan.
Right. But I'm asking, the first time you made it, how was it?
It wasn't that great.
Right, it wasn't that great. But mushy. But the thing about it is what happened. You start now having some initiative to figure out how to make it. How to make it more flavorful, right? Somebody had a hand up? Yeah, how to make it more flavorful. They were doing the things to exert themselves to understand how to make this right. What else y'all got for fortitude?
Come.
Go ahead.
Mental and emotional strength.
Right.
In facing difficulty.
Mental and emotional strength. This man didn't have that. This woman didn't have that. That's why they just gave up. But a lot of brothers and sisters roll in that same fashion. Because things may seem like you can't obtain to it or get to it, you give up. And the sad part about it, without even trying. You don't even try. You just automatically, the thought of it is like, no, I can't do that. No courage. Y'all see this? But the Most High has given it to you because he showed you that what? Through examples of leaders in front of you, brothers around you, sisters around you. Y'all see this? Yes, something else?
It says mental and emotional strength in facing difficulty,
right?
Adversity, danger, or temptation courageously.
Yeah. Danger or temptation courageously. You got hit with something that was like out of the blue, something new. But rather than just folding, you was like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to figure out how to make this happen. If I got to ask, some way. That's the mind that the Most High wants us to be in. It says, as this is verse 11 in Hebrews, as we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. The assurance of what? That whatever you put your mind to is going to be accomplished. As long as you do what? Put your time and dedication behind it. I'm going to say this. It took me 3 times to take the soldier's test. A lot of y'all, Hakawa, how many times did it take you, what? One time. But dang, when I took my soldier's test the first time, I was like, okay. I was ready. I ain't going to lie. I was ready, right? Second time, they said, no, you failed it. I said, oh, hell no. I know I passed the test. Bruh, I was really on some, bruh, I'm done. Come on, man. Like, I know I did it. That's the old man. The old man was like, bruh, give up. But then my mind, I was like, nah, a test isn't going to beat me. So let me keep pushing so I can dominate this test. You see that? A lot of us allow the situations in our life to hold us back off of fear, off of frustration, off of the lack of, again, not accomplishing that before. What you got on there? What you got? Hold that. Good scripture. Hold it. What you have, Arya?
The Webster's 1828 definition.
Go ahead.
It says this fortitude, that strength or firmness of mind or soul, which enables a person to encounter danger with coolness and courage, or that bear pain or adversity without murmuring.
Oh yeah, without murmuring, right. Very good one. Go ahead.
Depression or despondency.
Dependency?
No, it's despondency.
Okay.
Despondency. Fortitude is the basis or source of genuine courage or interpreted.
Yeah, it's all good. We basically know what it is, though.
Yeah.
Dealing with, again, you kind of giving up courage. You said depression, right?
Right.
You start freaking out.
But it's the mind state. In the fortitude is, so whatever situation arises, you're not, it doesn't take you out of your person, your spirit. You don't get like a wild haircut. You don't get, okay, you put this job on me, I need you to do this. So I'm not going to get left in the field and get in my emotions because you told me I got a job to do. All I'm going to do is remain calm and do the job to the best of my ability.
Right.
Or the way it was shown to me. You know what I mean? And that's that fortitude.
Right.
Regardless, okay, your body's in pain. I still need you to get up and I still need you to go do this job.
Right. I still need you to push forward.
Yeah. Okay, come. I got it.
Yeah. But that pushing forward, we don't have it. But this individual, again, we're showing in the parable this individual that didn't have mental fortitude. These other men and women, they did. Go to Proverbs 21 and verse 25. Proverbs 21 and verse 25. And just going in upon this last individual that had the one token that threw it in the dirt, that didn't consider, he didn't consider that token to be worthy to endeavor in, to make it flip like his Lord wanted him to do. It wasn't worth his time. But a lot of times, like you just said, again, the fortitude. We don't want to exert ourselves. Read where you at.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 25.
Go ahead.
The desire of the slothful killeth him.
The what?
The desire of the slothful killeth him.
Think about that. The desire of the slothful kills him. The thought process of wanting to do something kills him because he knows what? Oh, you know how it is. When you know you got to do something, but you're just sitting there, right? You know you should be doing more. You know you should be studying that test. You got that feeling on the inside? Killeth them, right? It's sad because it be really in us. I'm trying to tell you, you got to, what? Use the bathroom? No, you got to go to the bathroom. Just sit right here, right? You know you got to pray. Get out your bed, turn to the east. Now I'm going to pray right in the bed. Oh, Lord, Heavenly Father, you gather here this day. Like, slothful. The desire of the slothful killeth him. Read.
For his hands refuse to labor.
Y'all hear that? But his hands refuse to labor because this individual was slothful. His mentality has no type of vigor in it. There's no fervency in his spirit to go forward, her spirit to go forward, to accomplish the goal at hand. They refuse to labor because they're mentally lazy. Y'all see this? This is an attribute that you don't want to have. That's why he dug it in the ground. That was the easy way out. Think about it. You and your rib, right? You having an argument. You and your spouse, right? What you gonna do? It's either you gonna talk it out, right? It ain't gotta get elevated in anger and that. A lot of individuals just don't even want to communicate. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about it right now. Let's take care of it. No, we'll talk about it later. And then it just goes on and on and on, and days later, it's never talked about. So what does that mean? The situation never gets handled. But why? It's because their hands refuse to labor. You don't want to actually communicate, talk. A lot of people, they don't like to talk. It's weird to talk. It's weird to open up. Can we say con to that? You see that? But what does it take? It takes mental fortitude to pass that stage of you saying, I don't want to, and saying, no, I have to. I need to do this. I see why it's important for me to endeavor in this action so that my relationship with my spouse can go on smoothly. I need to communicate. People be ducking and running from communication, right? Ducking. It says that for the hands refuse to labor. Proverbs 12 and 27. 12 and 27, man. The individual knows what they have to do, but just too lazy to do it. This shouldn't be us. This shouldn't be our mind. We should be fighting past this, breaking down the barriers that we have within ourselves. This person didn't break that barrier of that slothfulness. Read it, Sonny Bun. Oh, no. Proverbs 12 and 27. Who got it? Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 27.
Hakawa, you a soldier, you need to be reading. Bakar, you need to be reading. Go ahead.
The slothful man roasted not that which he took in hunting.
Y'all hear this? The slothful man roasteth not what he took in hunting. It's already there. Why aren't you just going to cook it? Because he's lazy. He don't even want to actually cook what's right there. The man had the token. All you got to do is do what? Go into the city and flip it. He had it. It was free. But he was too lazy to do what? She was too lazy to actually use it. Right? You knew you could have did what? You could have been humble at that time. But you chose to do what? The complete opposite. You didn't want to do it. The opportunity was there for you. Y'all see this? He didn't take advantage of what he had. This man that had a kill didn't take advantage of his meat right there, man. But that's how a lot of us be moving around. It be right there in front of you. You got food right there in the kitchen to cook, but where you finna hit at? If you don't give me that 4 for 4, I'm lazy. Let me go hit 7-Eleven, get me a snack. You know you're trying to eat healthy. It's right there in the refrigerator. Y'all see this? This man had the talent. All he had to do was put on a suit, go out in town, and do what he had to do to get more. You got the Bible. Why ain't we using it? Every problem we have, we should be using it. But it's because, again, laziness. Keep reading.
But the substance of a diligent man is precious.
Yeah, that substance is precious. So what is he going to do? He's going to do what he has. I'm about to cut that meat. I'm about to go ahead and skin it, get it right, put it in the refrigerator, get it ready for the next day. Right? It says the substance, man. There's a lot of things that could be precious to you. Time is precious, man. Time is very precious. But how are you even dealing with that? The Most High gives it to you. Everybody got excuses, right? Come on, man. I couldn't study today. Brother, you was at work 24 hours today? Sis, you was at work 24 hours. They ain't let you off. I can't study, man. I don't got time. I'm just busy. So if I go on your phone and see the activity, you've been on social medias for 21 hours. I don't even know how that's possible. You stay with it open. You mean to tell me you couldn't get it in anytime during that? Excuses, man. This man, as we go through the story, this man had an excuse. Matthew 25:19.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 19.
Actually, you know what? Go to Ecclesiastes 21:15. Ecclesiasticus 21 and verse 15. Because this individual, he knew that everybody else was flipping them talents. But what did he do? He didn't want to hear that. Nah, I'm good. I'm going to do things how I want to do them. I don't want to be pushed past my mediocreness. Cats love to be mediocre. How is that possible? You want to be mediocre? Somebody give me a definition of mediocre. Let me show you something. Somebody give me the definition of mediocre. Asa, get that for me. Mediocre. Mediocre. This man did not want to be pushed past his basicness. Base man. What you got, Aria?
Done.
You too, Asa.
Of only moderate quality. Not very good.
Yeah, you moderate. You not very good. You basic. Oh, wait till we get into this. Y'all finna laugh. This man or woman wanted to continue to be mediocre. Well, that's why your life look mediocre. That's why the things around you is mediocre. You still eat out of plastic spoons. Knowing you got what? Get you some real silverware, man. You too lazy to wash. You just want to throw it away. Mediocre. Your mind is mediocre. What else you got, Ike? Asa, what you got? Aria, what you got?
It says mediocre is at any point in time.
A little bit louder.
Is any point in the time
right
where you cannot attest to a thing of a person
right
that is to be great or either poor or average.
Right. You're right. If you want to send some mediocre definitions, he had a nasty one. What you got, Asa?
Of only moderate quality. Not very good.
Okay, y'all on the same one. What you got?
Of moderate or low quality, value, ability, or performance.
Right.
Ordinary.
Ordinary. You want to be ordinary. This man or woman was ordinary. You basic. You just want to be, I just want to be left in the corner. I don't want to be special. What you got, Ike?
Mediocre. Lack of accountability. You always have a clever excuse.
Oh, hold on. It says lack of accountability. When you mediocre, you don't want to be accountable for nothing. You don't want to be in no leadership. You don't want to have to answer to nothing. You just want to be left alone. That's why he threw that away. She threw that away. Nah, man, I don't want to be responsible for what might happen if I mess that up. I'll be mediocre. Lack of accountability. What else you got?
Complacency, victim mentality.
Yeah, you complacent as I don't know what. You're comfortable. Just around wax, fat, and kick. You got some bare minimum things, and you okay with that. Your spirit is bare minimum, and you okay with that. You see this? You were supposed to have been leveling up from kindergarten to junior high to high school to college. But you're like, you know what, bro? I like 7th grade, man. I'm going to kick it right here. You a grown man, grown woman in 7th grade. How that look? Mentally. You mentally a 7th grader. Are you serious? And we've been given the ability in the curriculum to grow, to be better, to shine like a diamond. Who said that? Shine like a diamond? Rihanna. Work. We don't want to put no work in. What else you got, Ike?
Lack of candid feedback.
What else?
Low expectations.
You got low expectations. Your spirit is just mediocre. You are low level thinking. Low expectations. You don't even have faith in yourself. That's what this individual was portraying. Whenever he had this talent, she had the talent. I'm just a basic. I can't do it. No. Y'all ain't read the scripture. You reap what you sow. That's why things around you is basic, mediocre. Come on, hey, I'm just reading the parable. What else you got?
They have low expectations and standards and aren't willing to put in extra effort,
right,
to create something really exciting and breathtaking.
Man, there's some better ones, man. Y'all, let me get this mediocre. But still, this individual is mediocre. I don't want to keep the whole time on this one point. But really what it was, because what you got?
Synonym.
Go ahead, I'm with it.
It says bad, bargain basement, bum.
Yeah, you a bum. I like you a bum. When you mediocre, you bummish. You in the spirit of Esau now, vagabond. You in the cliffs. You on that status, bare minimum. Right? You know how Esau lives, man. Read, what else you got?
Cheap.
You cheap. Your spirit is cheap. When we come in this mediocre vibe, we are as a dollar store item. 99-cent store. 2 for $4 type of value. But really what it is go to Ecclesiastes 21:15. Is that the reason why you're in that mentality is because you hate to grow. You hate to take yourself out of that comfortability. You hate to take yourself out of your zen. But what you're doing is denying the growth the Most High wants for you. He's invested in you. You're a 401k that he wants to see pump up to bigger numbers, bigger levels, bigger understanding, higher spiritual discernment. Come on, man. Read where you at.
Ecclesiastes,
let your dad get it.
Chapter 21 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
If a skillful man hear a wise word,
right,
he will commend it.
Yeah, but it's a skillful man. He'll commend that wise word. But what will, as it keeps reading, this slothful individual do? Keep going.
And add unto it.
Right.
But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it.
Yeah, like listen, let me go ahead and give you these attributes to make your household move a little bit better, right? I know you got this problem. Apply this. Apply what? I ain't doing that. I don't feel like doing. That ain't me. I ain't never heard me talk like that. I can't talk like that. I'm a G, man. I'm a thug. Right? When one of understanding does what?
But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it,
read,
it displeaseth him.
It does. He does what?
It displeaseth him.
Just like this servant. He got that talent. He threw it in the dirt because he didn't want nothing to do with it. It displeased him. He was like, bro, what is this? I'm mediocre. I don't want it. Read.
And he casteth it behind his back.
He does what?
And he casteth it behind his back.
I don't care. I don't want to invest. You talking to a big wall, nigga. I don't hear nothing you saying. I don't want to. I don't want no type of. Don't charge me up. Don't gas me up. I don't need it. I don't need the gas. This individual doesn't care about what? Improving or exceeding where he's at, where she's at. Jump back to that Matthew 25 and verse 19, because as we go, actually read verse 18 again and come down. Yep.
Verse 18. But he that had received one went and digged it in the earth.
Right.
And hid his Lord's money.
And hid his Lord's money. Go ahead.
After a long time.
A little bit louder.
After a long time.
Right. After a what?
Long time.
Think about this. It says after a long time. So you have a long time to flip this quality, attribute. You got a long time. Think about it. How long you had the truth? Anybody? About 6, 7 years? 6? Really living it? 5, 6. Right? I think so. Yeah. How long, Shalomaya? 17. And that's actually in the truth. Not knowledge-wise, but working-wise. I'll show you my faith by my works, James. Isaiah. 7 months. Young buck. Young. Really diving in. What you got, Daniela?
4 years.
Say it again?
4 years.
4 years. He said that with pride. Y'all see this? But it says that what? Read it again, verse 19.
After a long time,
Yeah.
the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them.
Yeah, after a long time. He gave you ample time to increase. He gave you a grace period to what? Double what he gave you. He gave you the opportunity to mess up, to get slothful, to get engaged, to mess up, to get engaged again, to really understand why you're doing what you're doing. Y'all see this? A long time. Read.
And so, he that had received 5 talents.
And just real quick, it says, and he reckoned, right? This word reckon means he assigned to an account. He came to see what you did with what he gave you. He wanted to see how you multiplied. Well, I know you was crying for the truth. I gave you the truth. How you look now? How has it increased? Are you more patient? You more calming? Huh? You make friends? Huh? Or no, who can have compassion on the ignorant? You doing that a little bit more? Huh? You showing charity? You showing love? Where are you at in the spirit? I gave it to you. The whole curriculum. What have you done learned? You should have went through the whole book. You should have passed this test. He came to reckon to see what they had. Read.
And so, he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents.
Right. Yeah, verse 20. Go to 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. 2 Corinthians 5 and verse 10. Because again, it's a parable. The Lord is coming back. The Lord has came back to see what you did. Y'all know what this is? Huh? The Most High gave you the truth. He's going to give you some understanding. You're going to live your life either digging into the truth or either being like this man that dug it and just sat there. You knew you was a Hebrew Israelite, but yeah, I'm going to still eat my pork. Yeah, I'm going to still do what I want to do. Y'all see this? When he comes back, bro, that's Judgment Day. The parable is showing forth Judgment Day. Now it's time to do what? Answer for what you did. Answer for what you've done. Read where you at.
2 Corinthians.
Let him have it. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10.
2 Corinthians chapter what?
5 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
For we first must all appear. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach.
Y'all gotta see that? We all are going to see Christ and have to be accountable for what we've done. He gave you the truth. What you done did with it? What will you have done with it by that time? And for a lot of us, it's going to be a little while. Who knows? 17 years, you said, right? You got some. How long you knew the truth for?
18.
18 years. 18 years. Right? Got a good little while. But what is there now to speak for you? Huh? What have you improved in? What have you shed off? Y'all see this? Or are you the individual that is still the same nigga? Still the same loud mouth, complaining Israelite, murmuring just like our people did in Egypt. You that person? You still got trust issues like Drake? Trust issues. You still complaining about that? Is that you? You still got pride? Can't be told what to do? Oh, I don't want to do that. Duh. Naturally, we know you don't want to do that. But I'm telling you to.
Right.
You still battling to get your head, your husband, other brothers? Huh? You still what? Complaining to the teachers? Yeah, but I don't see it your way. What, the Bible way? You that individual? Read.
For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach.
Go ahead.
That everyone may receive the things done in his body.
Just like these men and women when it came to their talents. that they were going to receive according to what they had to reckon to their Lord. And we're going to see what happened. But we all have to now, whenever Christ comes back, Lord willing and soon. Because this life, boy, in America, we all have to reckon what we've done in our body. And I'm going to say this, we're filthy. We're filthy. There's a lot of things we still have to clean up. A lot of things we could do better. Y'all see this? But that man that put that token in the dirt, he didn't care. She didn't care. They wanted to be what? Like Jay-Z said, still nigga. Read.
According to that he have done.
Right?
Whether it be good or bad.
Yeah, whether it be good or bad. Keep reading. Check this out.
Knowing therefore the terror of the Most High.
And this is why I brought this out last class, because we know what's coming. You better flip that token. You better increase in the spirit. Start adding virtue. Understand what virtue is. These attributes that excel you in this life. Read.
We persuade men.
Yeah.
But we are made manifest unto the Most High.
Yeah, we persuade men because we understand that what? That the Most High, by Hashem Yahushai, through Christ, is going to reckon what you've done with what you have. Go back to that Matthew chapter 25 and verse 20. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Too long. Matthew 25 and 20. Go ahead.
And so, he that had received 5 talents,
right,
came and brought other 5 talents.
Yeah, he had 5 talents, but he came to the Lord. Here goes your 5. But you thought I didn't get it up. Got more 5. I came up, shining like a diamond, right? Oh yeah, I was dancing like a 2-step, but now I got a little swag to me now, right? Come on. Doing the cabbage patch, right? Hey. It says, what do you say?
Saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents.
Right.
Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more.
He done added 5 more talents. She was confident in knowing that I'm not the old man. I'm not the old woman. I've come to give you more. I appreciate your investment. Because why? I'm better. I have more. I have something that what? I got something to show forth. What do you have to show forth? What do you have to show in the spirit? Huh? What do you have to show that the Most High is giving you? Now you've increased in that. 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 9. 1 Corinthians 15 and 9. The parable is about putting in effort in what the Most High has given you. Multiplying what the Most High has given you. Are you going to be the one with 5 talents? Or are we going to be the one with the 1 talent that dug it underneath? Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
For I am the least of the apostles.
And we know that coming into the truth. I'm the least. I'm garbage. I know what I used to do. I know that well, let's let the verse read. Read.
That am not me to be called an apostle.
Because that was Paul showing his humility. It's like, man, it's a blessing to be called an apostle because I know what I used to do. I used to kill the church. I used to kill brothers and sisters. I was strict. I was blinded by just the law. I didn't have the understanding. It was him being humble showing that, man, it's a blessing to be called an apostle. Read.
Because I persecuted the church of the Most High.
Check this out. Read.
But by the grace of the Most High. I am what I am.
By the grace of the good Lord, His word, His doctrine, I'm changed. I'm a new vessel. I'm a new man. I'm a new woman. Think about it. If you didn't have the word of the Lord, if the Most High didn't have a man or a woman or a flyer or a class come into your life, where would you be? I'm going to say it. A lot of y'all be hoes, strippers, drug dealers, sodomites, you love the slave master. What else? You would be a coon, right? What else?
A house nigga.
House nigga. What else? Jigaboo. You will be all these things contrary of what you are now. But it's by the grace of the Most High that He gave you this knowledge, this token, this talent. He gave you the what? That your communication be seasoned with salt. Your speech should be seasoned with salt, which shows you what? There's proper ways to speak now, right? That what? Him that is what is that? Or that anger was not made for a man. Dang, okay, I can't be angry now. Pride was, just anger in general. A lot of y'all cats, you probably be killers off of your emotions. It ain't because you were killers, because you were emotional.
Right. God.
Stop it.
God.
But think about it. The Most High has given you something. That's what Paul is saying here. Read.
And his grace, which was bestowed upon me,
Read.
Was not in vain.
What he gave me wasn't in vain. That token, that talent, that attribute, it wasn't in vain when he looked at me and invested in me. He saw something better within me that he was like, you know what? Let me give him this. Let me give him this truth. Let me put this spiritual, let me put this mentality on him. It's funny, man. I used to hear Yeshaya say it all the time. He was like, I prayed for spiritual understanding and knowledge. Bro, think about that. Well, what if you get it? What are you going to do with it? Man, that man went, a lot of these books is from Yeshaya. Why? Because he went and dug in those books. What are you going to do with what the Most High gave you? But what he did is now, he learned it, but taught it for the masses. A lot of brothers and sisters wouldn't know what they know without Yeshaya. That's facts. Not trying to, write them, but paying homage where it's due. I'm going to say this. A lot of sisters wouldn't be where they're at without the elder sisters here. Huh? All these texts, all these departments, all these different things y'all are doing. Those are spearheaded by these elder sisters been here for 17, 18 years. Y'all got to see this. Paul said it wasn't in vain what was given to me. They ran with it. They fought their battles, conquered, and it's continued to move. I was what? An individual that understood the investment. I'm not saying me in general. We are. If you're actually looking at the things that the Most High has given you, you should be able to say the same thing as Paul. It wasn't in vain. Right. The Bible wasn't in vain when it was given to me. Me knowing that I was prideful, loud, stiff-necked, me knowing that, me being told that was not in vain because I'm going to be better. Read.
But I labored more abundantly than they all.
Yet
not I, but the grace of the Most High, which was in me.
He said he did what?
Yet not I, but the grace of the Most High, which was with me.
No, he said I labored more abundantly than they all. Paul knew what he had and went to work with it. Y'all see that? He was trying to be that chief petty officer. Ain't nobody gonna hold me back from that. I'm gonna do my PRT is gonna be outstanding. Actually, you know what? Nah. Have you ever got a maximum? Got a maximum on that bad boy. Why? Why nobody holding me back? You ain't met a lot of cats that got a maximum on the PRT, have you? I know. Ask them though. It's a max. It is max. I think they call it max out. It's max. More push-ups, more sit-ups, fast run. Maximum. But think about that. This man was like, I'm gonna do the best with what I have. Do we think like that? Huh? I know the responsibilities that I have. I'm going to be on top of them and move forward, do it the best that I can. Are we thinking like that? Read.
Yet not I, but the grace of the Most High, which was with me.
Right, which was with me, Colossians 1:29. The grace of the Lord, Paul acknowledged these men and women that had these tokens, these talents, acknowledged what they had, and it wasn't in vain. Because they were excited when their Lord came back. They knew what they were doing was right in his eyes. And it's the same thing with us. You know what you do. You know who you are in the spirit. What does that mean? Listen, we should have something to show for ourselves when Christ comes back. I'm not saying that I'm going to be in the kingdom. No. I hope and pray. But I know that what the Most High has given us the understanding and the pamphlet for success. He's given us the curriculum for success. He said it's in his goodwill to give you the kingdom. Well, if that's the case, he's shown us. All we got to do is push forward in obtaining it. But it takes what? Exertion. Physical and mental exertion. And doing the things that'll get you there. Flipping that coin. Being proactive. Showing initiative. Killing the old man. Killing that mind. Killing the actions. Killing the negativity. Read where you at.
Colossians
chapter 1 and verse 29.
Go ahead.
Whereunto I also labor. Striving according to his working.
Striving according to who?
To his working.
Yeah, you're striving according to his workings. These servants, they strove according to who? Their Lord's working. We know what? Yahweh Shai. We're striving according to how Yahweh Shai was moving. He didn't stop. He did this to the end. Y'all see this? Because he knew what he had to do. Whenever you hear about the disciples, right? The prophets, they continue to strive even through adverse situations. Read.
Which worketh in me mightily.
Yeah, with worketh in me what?
Mightily.
Because I'm turned up with my objective and my mission that I know I have to accomplish. Which is what? Operation be better. Operation increase. Operation flip my talent. Operation let's get it. By any means necessary according to the law. Matthew 25 and 21. Matthew 25 and verse 21. Jump back. Go ahead.
Verse 21. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant.
He did what?
Well, he said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant.
How do you think the Most High, if Christ came back tonight, what would he say to you? What would he say to you? Will he say, good, well done, my good and faithful servant? Huh? Do you think that you've, I'm not going to say done enough, but done something to where he can recognize it? Huh? Are you at least done something to be recognized in the eyes of the Lord, or your negative outweighs your positive? What you want? If he comes back tonight, read.
Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee a ruler over many things.
Because I gave you this one talent, these talents, to see what you were going to do with it. To see if you're willing to do what? Be more than what you thought you could be. I believed in you. So you ran with my spiritual belief. I did this so that I can do what? Make you rulers over many. Read.
Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
Right.
He also that received 2 talents.
Go ahead.
Came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents.
Right.
Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them.
I flipped that too. You only gave me 2, but I got 2 more for you. How you like me now? You know what I'm saying? Am I shining? Looking better? Right? Listen, my body looking slim down, right? Read.
His Lord said unto him,
right?
Well done, good and faithful servant.
Go ahead.
Thou hast been faithful over a few things.
Right.
I will make thee a ruler over many things.
Right.
Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
1 Corinthians 15:58. He says, I'm going to make you ruler of many things just because you took the initiative. You took the initiative to be better, to be more, to flip what I gave you. Y'all see this? A lot of times we don't see the benefit of the work right in front of us. But as we see here, the scripture said it took him a long time to come back. So what did that show? They were continual in their increasing. They didn't stop. They weren't stagnant. They didn't give up. They were ready. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58.
Go ahead.
Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast.
Be ye what?
Be ye steadfast.
These men and women were steadfast in what the Most High gave them. That knowledge, they didn't fret. They didn't jump back to the blunts. They didn't jump back to all the weirdness in the world. America's ideology. Their philosophies, right? They didn't allow that money to what ruled them. Read.
Unmovable.
On what?
Unmovable.
They didn't allow the world. I'm gonna say this. What is it? Not the weathering. They didn't allow just the things of the world just again to blow them here, blow them there. That could be anything. Your family, right? You know how family is, man. Are you still out there with them guys? Oh, they still over there at the house, right? They doing class at your house still? Oh, that's weird. And you still at that school over there? Okay. Mama sure want to see you. Yeah, I know you do. Right? unmovable to where you're not now being pulled. Go ahead.
Always abounding.
Always what?
Always abounding in the work of the Most High.
Always increasing. Always getting better. Always sharpening yourself. Always going to the next level. There's no level in this truth. Y'all are tripping. It says ye are gods. I want to know what it feels like to be a god.
Right.
God level. God status. I want to know the thoughts of men and women. Like Yahweh Shai did. That's what I'm trying to taste. What you got? Preset?
No.
Okay.
It's funny that I said that
A little bit louder.
It's funny. I said that the other day.
Right.
I want to know what it feels like to be a god.
Come on. Levels, right? So there's certain things that we have to accomplish here. That's simple, basic, right? Communicate, obey parents, listening, right? Killing the pride. But I'm trying to get to this God level, man. Always abounding in the work. Go ahead.
For as much as we know that your labor is not in vain.
See, but they knew that though. That's why they kept moving forward and was steadfast and unmovable. Is that their work was not in vain. Y'all see this? I'm going to show you something. Go to 2 Chronicles 31. I had to throw this in there. 2 Chronicles 31 and verse 20. Going back to Hezekiah. Hezekiah was a king of Judah, right? He reigned for 25 years. 25 years when he came into the kingdom with defilement. The kings before them was worshiping other gods. They had groves in the temples. They did all this negativity. Y'all see this? But what did King Hezekiah do? 31 and verse 20. Go ahead.
2 Chronicles chapter
31 and 20.
2 Chronicles chapter 31 and verse 20.
Right.
And thus did Hezekiah throughout all Judah, and wrought that which was good and right and truth before the Most High his power.
Yeah, so he went ahead and changed everything that was negative into what the Most High wanted. Right? He wanted the kingdom to be straightforward. That's how he made it. Go ahead.
Verse 21.
Right?
And in every work that he did in the service of the house of the Most High.
Right?
And in the law.
He did it in everywhere, in every work. In every work, he had the Most High on his mind. Read.
And in the commandments.
Right?
To seek his power.
But check this out. To seek his power. Read.
He did it with all his heart.
With all his what?
With all his heart.
Read.
And prospered.
Y'all got to see that. He did it with all his heart and then prospered. These men, they flipped those coins because their heart was within it. They wanted it. But it shows forth that individual that did what? Put it in the dirt. He didn't care. In the eyes of the Heavenly Father, that's how he sees you. Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Oh, my goodness. Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Colossians 3 and 23. I need some men to get these, man. Asa, Hakawa, Karatazah. Yeah, give me Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Yeah. Let them get it real quick. I'm reading it fast. I'm going to sit down. Sit down. Read it.
Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do.
You see that? Whatsoever the Most High gives you, whatsoever comes into your life that now is in your responsibility, right? You have some type of action to do or some type of, occasion, flyers, sewing, cooking, being around brothers, right? Whatever you're what? Read it again.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do.
Go ahead.
Do it with thy might.
Right?
For there is no work.
Do it with your spirit. Just like Hezekiah. Whatever you do, do it with your spirit. So what? You can get the fullness out of it, man. A lot of us be mediocre as I don't know what. Half but doing things. Read.
For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge,
right?
Nor wisdom in the grave.
Ain't none of that in the grave. So why you half-stepping and being slothful? There's nothing in the grave. You have to put it all on the line now. Colossians, actually, you know what? Go to Tobit 4 and 5. Because we know what Colossians 3 and chapter 23 says. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily unto the Lord and not unto men. Your mind, the reason why you are flipping these talents, increasing because you're doing it to the Lord. You're doing it to the Most High in Christ. knowing that they're looking at you because you're going to receive a reward from them. Y'all see this? Do Tobit chapter 4 and verse 6. Right.
Tobit chapter 4 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
For if thou deal truly.
If you do what?
For if thou deal truly.
If you do what you're supposed to do now, right? The Most High gave you the Bible, studying, being on top of yourself, dealing with your spiritual issues, lust, lack of patience, pride. If you deal with that now, read.
Thy doings shall prosperously succeed to thee.
You see that? You will prosperously succeed, just like Hezekiah. He did the will of the Lord. Those servants did the will of the Lord when they flipped those talents. Y'all see this? That's why he said, well done, my good and faithful servant. They did what was necessary for them. Read.
And to all them that live justly.
All them that do what?
Live justly.
Live according to how the Most High says is just, right in his eyes. Jump back to Matthew 25:24.
Verse 24.
Go ahead.
Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said,
Right.
Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man.
He's a what?
Hard man.
Yeah, you are a hard man. I knew that what? You was a little toughy, man. I knew that you were going to require something from me. You know what it sounds like? Excuses. I knew you was a hard man. Okay, let's see what he got to say. Read.
Reaping where thou hast not sown.
Yeah, reaping where you haven't sown. You're everywhere. I know you gave me this, but you wanted me to flip it over here and get that. I know. Again, he was a businessman. He gave you something and wanted you to go somewhere else and flip it to bring it back to him. Reaping where he hasn't sown. Y'all see this? Read.
And gathering where thou hast not strawed.
Read.
And I was afraid.
He was a what?
Afraid.
Excuses. Read.
And went and hid thy talent in the earth.
Go ahead.
Lo, there thou hast that is thine.
You see that? Excuses. Luke 6:46. The man gave an excuse. I was scared. I didn't know what you were going to do. But everybody else around you is increasing in what they gave him. You don't think the word got back? Come on, man. A lot of brothers and sisters be moving like that as well. You see other brothers and sisters increasing, but why aren't you doing what? Seeing how that's happening. Getting underneath them. Let them get it, Daniela. Read where you at.
Luke chapter 6 and verse 46.
Go ahead.
And why call ye me Lord, Lord?
You see that? Because he called him Lord, right? It says, why do you call me Lord, Lord? Read.
And do not the things which I say.
But you don't do the things you know you're supposed to do. Because why? Excuses. A lot of brothers and sisters say Yahweh Shai, oh Yahweh, but you ain't doing nothing. You're not investing in what he invested in you in. Or you're not using the investment the way you should. You be lazy. You just want to go home and go to sleep. You ain't counseling. You're not reading your book. You're not trying to guide your children's mind. What are you doing? I just want to eat, drink, go to sleep. Bro, that is a basic mediocre life. Read it one more time. I want y'all to hear this.
And why call ye me Lord, Lord?
Why do you call me Lord? You little mediocre. Why you call me that? Read.
And do not the things which I say.
But you don't listen to me. You don't follow me. I gave you something. You don't even respect me. Because you gave me back the same thing I gave you. That's not what I wanted. He says what? And do not the things that I tell you. Y'all see this? Because he said he was fearful. I'm not even going to go into that. Actually, I will. Revelations 21:8. Just on top of that, because brothers and sisters do say what? I'm fearful. Fear is not a trait of the Most High. Y'all see this? When you go to 2 Timothy 1:7, it says, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. That power is that fortitude to push past your fear. Right. Because the Most High is trying to take you to another level. I know you don't know how it feels, but just follow. Just do it. Get out of your comfort zone. It says, for God hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. But read where you at.
Revelation chapter 21 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable.
The what?
The abominable.
It says, but the fearful, which was the beginning, right? But the fearful. What's going to happen to those that try to use the excuse, I was fearful. I didn't want to talk. I couldn't teach. You know, I didn't want the responsibility. Being over brothers and over sisters and, you know, trying to get my household right. It was just too much. Read.
And murder.
Right?
And whoremonger.
Come on.
And sorcerer.
Read.
And idolatry.
Come on.
And all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone.
You see that? You're going to have your part in hell because of what? Your excuse of being fearful. Your reluctancy. A lot of us are reluctant to push forward in the spirit because of fear. You don't see what the Most High sees in you, but others do. Jump back. Matthew 25:26. And somebody give me Acts 13 and 22. And that'll be it. Matthew 25 and verse 26. Go ahead.
Verse 26.
Uh-huh.
His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant.
You see that? That man and that woman that put that talent in the ground, he called him a what?
Thou wicked and slothful servant.
He was lazy. There was other things that occupied your time space, your mind, to where you didn't want to increase and invest in what I gave you. Read.
Thou knewest that I reap what I sowed not, and gathered what I have not strawed.
You knew this. Don't act like you didn't know it. He says you knew. You knew it. Go ahead.
Thou oughtest, therefore, to have put my money to the exchange.
Go ahead.
And then at my coming, I should have received mine own with usury.
You see that? You should have just invested that little coin easy with the exchangers. You know how it is. You got your nice little account. What is it? Not the 401k. You got the other CD account, right? Got some interest-bearing account. You should have put it in there. It's easy. You didn't have to worry about it. But you didn't want to think about that. Read.
Take therefore the talent from him,
and
give it unto him which have 10 talents.
You see that? I'm going to take from you and give it to another person. You know what that means? What does that mean, y'all? He said, I'm going to take your talent and give it to a person with 10 talents. What does that mean? What you got?
It means that you can be replaced.
The Most High will replace you. Who in the hell do you think we are? Huh? The Most High will get your little butt on up out of here. Because the lack of focus, the lack of initiative, the lack of care. I'll take your talent and give it to somebody else that I know that will use it. You see this? He'll put you on the side. He's done it before and he'll keep doing it. Read where you at.
Acts chapter 13 and verse 22.
Acts chapter 13 and verse 22. Go ahead.
And when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David.
He did what?
He raised up unto them David.
He had to move Saul with his what? Saul wanted to have the lack of faith. Saul wanted to lie. Saul wanted to please the people. Saul did everything outside of the Father's will. So he had to remove Saul. Saul was the king of Israel. A mighty man. He had the spirit on him at a time. But it says he did what?
He raised up unto them David.
Go ahead.
To be their king.
Come on.
To whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse.
Read.
A man after my own heart.
I'll take what I gave you and give it to somebody that really wants it. Someone that cares for me. Someone that will use it and multiply what I gave them. They're more of a benefit. They're a better investment because why? You didn't see why I gave you what I gave you. That word. I gave you grace. I had mercy on you. You was out there doing all that negative. And I cleaned you up. And this is how you repay me? It's all gravy. Move to the side. So y'all see this? Move your little butt to the side. You disgruntled Israelite. He rose up David. But why? Read.
Which shall fulfill all my will.
He's going to do what I want him to do. Y'all see this? This servant will follow what I have him to follow. We got to see again, the parable is showing forth, what are you doing with the Most High's word? This is the complete understanding, really dealing with the Bible. They're giving us laws, statutes to clean ourselves up. Psalms 119 and 19, right? How will a man cleanse his ways? But by the word. We're supposed to be cleansing ourselves. So when the Father returns, we're shining. We're this gold. Y'all see this? Any questions in class? It's 9:20. Yeah, Isaiah.
For Acts chapter 13, verse 22.
Right.
1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 15 goes it?
You said 1 Timothy what?
1 and 15.
1 Timothy 1:15? Hold on. No. 1 Timothy 1:15? No. Brothers and sisters, I know I went over a little bit. Hopefully this class was edifying. All right. Today's Thursday. We'll be back on the Shabbat tomorrow. So with that, we'll say shalom. Shalom.
6 chill, for real. Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. My rulership is up next. No vex.